Welcome to part 27 of Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. And that is the purpose of me breaking this block, to reveal a spring. And the star piece that would have been behind it had I not gotten it several parts ago. Anyway, now it's time for us to proceed on to chapter 4, because after all, we need to just get this chapter done and over with. Unfortunately, it's going to be about 4 parts. So, yeah, there's that. And for good reason, too. Anyway, let's let the map reveal the next location, which is Twilight Town. And, yeah. We're at the halfway point, ladies and gentlemen. Took me 27 parts to get here, but we are literally at the halfway point of the game. After all, I did tell you there were 8 chapters in this game, right? And now, there is the next location of the star, which is Twilight Town, that has a big steeple that happened to be at the edge of town. But first, let's go over to Professor Frankly. After all, we need to have his word and his advice on where to go, because plot demands it.
Oh yeah.
And also to tell him about what Peach's plot. Oh, what Peach found out about the X-Nauts. Oh, and by the way, if Gus wasn't beaten, Gus would have been shocked out of his seat when Professor Frankly went, "What?" But unfortunately, I already beat Gus several parts ago. Anyway, now everybody's informing Professor Frankly that there is a world domination plot that is happening in Rogueport, and they're definitely after the Crystal Stars to try to take over the world. And Professor Frankly just found out that there is a that the legendary treasure may lead to a catastrophe if the bad guys get their hands on it. So now let's again find out where the next star is, because Professor Frankly has to tell you, because plot demands it. And of course, as I already said, it's in Twilight Town. Now, in case you're wondering where Twilight Town is, you remember in part 24, if I'm not mistaken, that I went through the sewage pipe, or the drainage pipe, and I got the sign sprite that happened to be there. That green door actually leads the pipe to Twilight Town. But trust me, it gets a little bit more complicated than that. First, let's check the trash. Of course, there's going to be the tattle log for Macho Grubba, and also the tattle log for Gus. However, you won't be able to get a tattle log for anybody else until the second go-round of Glet's Pit. I think specifically Rock Hawk. And the Mailbox SP has Koopy-Koo saying how much she missed Koops. And how the only thing she actually is used to is how his dad smells, because he was in Hooktail the entire time and all that good jazz. But that's not the most important part. The important part is getting to Twilight Town. There is a reason why I do not like this place. First and foremost, once you get down the drainage pipe, as I'm about to show you. Hold on, let me just get there first. Turn sideways. And you're gonna need to jump across this chasm, this gap with Yoshi. With the Yoshi, yes. But try to make an accurate jump. And also, those things right there, those are Spike Dust. Just don't worry about them. Or Spike Spindus, I'm not sure what to call them, but they're easy to beat with a hammer. Anyway, what you need to do, again, let's try this without falling down. I'm not getting legitimately angry, ladies and gentlemen. That was just like a mistake I made. But anyway, just flutter across and go into this door. And presto, you should be here in Twilight Town, right? Let's go down the pipe. And guess what? The pipe rejects you. In case you guys didn't see that again, and of course, people would be baffled as to why you didn't go into the pipe, they would try to go a second time. Unfortunately, nothing would happen. But they'll do this one more time and then they'll say, something's wrong here, we gotta talk to Professor Frankly. So before we go to that route, we're gonna go straight to Professor Frankly. Oh, by the way, there's actually a star piece in that one pipe there, and another pipe leads to the other side of where a gigantic stone brick for the Ultra Hammer is. But I wouldn't worry about that for right now. I'll deal with that when I come back. Trust me on that. There'll be a lot of cleanup after Chapter 4. Of that I'm certain. I just got rid of the longer missions, that's all. So, let us go over to Professor Franklin to find out exactly how in the world are we supposed to get into Twilight Town. Because the pipe is pretty much spitting us out. You won't honestly believe it if I have even told you. Alright. So, Professor Franklin will tell you that there is a person hiding behind this very building that can actually show you the way to get to Twilight Town. Now here's the thing. We've seen this person many times before. The thing of the matter is, this game will not let you secrets break. You have to come back here to Professor Franklin. I don't think Paper Mario let you secrets break either, but you have to come back here to Professor Franklin to talk to him to actually let him know that you couldn't get into the pipe, and he'll actually have to tell you about Darkly in order for you to even get Darkly to show you the way in. And it's more convoluted than you think, and probably one of the reasons why I'm not too fond of this chapter. Hi there, the name's Darkly. You need something? Huh? You want to know how to get through the pipe to Twilight Town? Couldn't be easier. You just need something that has your name written on it. And there it is. That one sentence right there that pretty much makes the whole entire state of Chapter 4 pretty aggravating. Trust me, I'll elaborate more once I get to Twilight Town. But, if you want the brief version of this, one hint I can give you is the only thing that Mario actually has, as far as his name on it, is what Darkly writes on his person. And the same thing would go to Flurry. Now then, E-rated game, ladies and gentlemen. And in the most seductive manner, she says, a little bit more to the left. Okay. No questions. She's just fan service. Anyway, let's go to Twilight Town, because now we've got the means to do it. Oh boy. That place. No complaints. No complaints. I promised. But once again, I want to let this clue hang over to your head. You need something with your name written on it in order for you to even enter or exit the pipe. Oh boy. Am I gonna elaborate further on that or what? So now let's try to go back to Twilight Town. Yeah, you have to actually do some backtracking in order for you to even get into Twilight Town. And that's another thing. I can say that. Chapter 4 is probably one of the worst chapters with backtracking. With Chapter 7 being the most horrendous chapter in that department. But nonetheless, it's time to start Chapter 4, For Whom the Pig Tolls. I think that's what it is. Yeah, for pigs the bell tolls. It's something of that nature, but yeah. That's pretty much the gist of what's going to happen in this chapter in just a little bit. You'll soon see. And believe me, whoever is doing the horrible things here in Twilight Town is an absolute dick. Ugh, this place gives me the creeps. Is this Twilight Town? Hey. It's been a long time since anyone come from outside. You've come from far away? Yeah, those clothes of yours. I'm pretty sure you guys must be adventurers, right? This is a bad time to arrive. Wait, but you're adventurers. Maybe it's the perfect time. Wait, what's a bad time? What do you mean? Come on, tell me. Gee whiz, I don't know. It's a scary tale to hear, and too scary to tell, too. Well, this is about to explain everything. You see that bell that just rang about a few seconds ago? Every time the bell rings, one of the townsfolk has been turned into a pig. Yeah. And most of the, people in Twilight Town, they are really gloomy to say the least. And it's not just because of the darkness. It's because of the fact that this jerk-off is turning people into pigs. And he needs to be dealt with. So, we're gonna have to go to the mayor's house right quick. Oh, I just want to make this a big note to everyone. Until that person that's causing all this is defeated, we won't be able to go to the shop. So whatever sort of food you have, you better make sure you don't use it until you get here. Because you will need it. Plain and simple. So, yeah. And in case you're wondering why you won't be able to use the shop, well, you just saw it. Yeah, that's the whole gist of this place. Now then, as the mayor explains, every time the bell rings, one of the Twilighters become a pig. I mean, I would feel sorry for these people, but unfortunately, again, this is one of the worst chapters in the game. Specifically, for the reasons of backtracking. And of course, Orin is going to volunteer along with us, well, along with me, actually, oh, I should say Mario, to go over the creepy steeple to put a stop to this thing. In other words, whoever the jerk is that's actually causing this is actually using the crystal star to amplify his powers to curse people from a mile away. So we can just pretty much explore town for the time being. Because that's the only way to progress. And you might want to be careful to who you speak to sometimes too. Because most of the civilians, if you try to speak to them, they'll end up turning into pigs. But at least the inn is still around. So if you happen to take any damage on the way here, you can actually buy some... You can actually, like, spend 10 coins at the inn. The thing is, this is going to be the first inn out of many, except for the one in Chapter 5. This is going to be the first inn out of many that will actually leave something for you after you stay the night at the inn. In the case of Twilight Town, you've got a peachy peach, which that could be used to cook with. I'm not leaving that right now. I probably will off screen before I continue on the creepy steeple, but I am, however, going to proceed to the second screen. I think plot demands it. And I'm pretty sure one of the houses. I'm not sure which one. Oh, this one. Yes. Well, this isn't the one technically I'm looking for, but yes. The shopkeeper's wife is pretty much upset because of the fact that her husband was turned into a pig. And this is another reason why we are going to have to backtrack. You see that lock over there? We're going to have to go on the way to Creepy Steeple to pick up the key for that lock, which is on the way there, like I said. It has some pretty good items that you will need in order for you to actually defeat the boss of the stage. Also, you want to know what's actually funny? The fact that the not only Mario is sleeping throughout the entirety of her story, but the fact that she called her husband a chauvinist pig, and now, well, he's actually a pig. So, once you get the key back, I think she'll be able to open the store temporarily. I think. I'm not sure. But, the reason why I wanted to actually wait until, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the reason why I wanted to wait till after Chapter 4 to deal with Merlee's trouble is because of the fact that Merlee's trouble has something to do with, well, at least at first I thought, had something to do with Ruin Powder, but unfortunately it doesn't. It just means I have to get a cake, but that means I also have to, like, grind up for more Piantas, even though I have, like, 23. I'm gonna have to spend some more money in order for me to get not only badges and, oh, crap. Welp. Somebody just got turned into a pig, and that someone, oh shit, I think I know who it is. We had to go back there anyway to get permission from the mayor, so take a wild guess of who just got turned into a pig. Yep, there he is. They might as well name this place Bacon Town by the time they're done with it. But anyway, as I was saying, I was trying to get some Piantas in order for me to buy some of the badges too. And they cost a lot of money, so yeah. So here's the thing. Another trouble actually requires me to buy some cake mix in order to mix with another item. And that pig somebody just got turned into a pig again. Only this time, no, it's not in here. Wrong house. The person that got turned into a pig was the guard, so now that means we could actually leave Twilight Town. Here we go. Sorry to, like, flub up on my commentaries, but yeah, I was trying to buy some, badges with all the money I'm gonna get from all of the enemies I'm gonna beat. But for right now, let's focus on here. This woman and her children, you're gonna have to feed something pretty good. So I'm gonna give them a Peachy Peach, so long as it's edible food. And she'll give you a shooting star, which is actually pretty good. Unfortunately, yeah, that guy's a dick. Anyway, I'm going to end this here. And in the next episode, well, first I have to actually examine this too. So, yeah, in the next episode, we'll be heading out to Creepy Steeple. This is RVMan985. See you guys next time, and oh boy. Oh, God have mercy, the backtracking will begin. I'm gonna hit the save block, and I'm calling it a night. Take care, everyone.